So going on to my Beauty with a Purpose is about prevention campaign on the type 2 diabetes. I believe the role of a doctor is not just treatment, it's also prevention, you know, and I chose diabetes because in the West, we have a problem of obesity, and diabetes is very prevalent. It's very close to home for myself because South Asians, Hispanic populations, African American populations have a 4 times higher risk of type 2 diabetes. And I realize it's a preventable disease and we really need to focus on prevention, especially worldwide with you know, increasing population and healthcare pressures. We really need to change the way we deal with healthcare. And I realize the best way to do this is to give people informed choice, allow them to make the choice, and the only way we do that is by educating them, you know. And I started with children and mothers because they're the most impressionable age. That's when health behaviors are formed and consolidated. And I don't believe that health education is just restricted to England. It's something that the whole world can benefit because when we have a more proactive, more knowledgeable population about their own health, then the dependency on healthcare, on ambulances and on hospitals is lessened, and that way we achieve a more efficient and more sustainable healthcare. We've achieved this in England with the first aid, you know, first aiders in the population, and this way, you know, even when an ambulance arrives 20 minutes late, we have someone living, and this is something we need for the rest of the world as well.
Yes, so as you have slightly mentioned, Korea did develop very quickly as a nation. And unfortunately, within that rapid time, there were some rundown old towns that weren't able to keep up as much with the pace. And so my Beauty with a Purpose project really focuses on sort of reaching out to those old towns and trying to bring them up together, because we want to go together. It's not just as a nation, but as a community, as individuals. We want to really share the happiness and support. And so for my project, what we did is we created a group of young artists, students, anyone who really wanted to help from the young generation. And we took a trip to one of the old towns, and we created our little magic of art where we painted mural paintings.
That's lovely.
And so it was really amazing because when we first arrived, it was really dead in the sense that there weren't anyone walking around in the streets. But once we started bringing out the music, starting painting and all that, people started coming out of their house. They took pictures, they asked what's going on, and it just really brightened up the area. And one of the great things about this is that it brings tourism and commerce into the area as well, and so it really helps.
And even for the people of that area, art is like a form of therapy, so as soon as everyone saw you guys painting and the music, it just brought everybody enough encouragement to go outside and enjoy.
It shows that we're there for them. The younger generation cares. I think that's the biggest part.
Yeah, that's lovely. Well, thank you so much, Korea.
I'm a firm believer in lighting other candles, in that it costs nothing to light other candles. At this point, that is what I'm doing. That is what my Beauty with a Purpose project is focused on. It's titled STEM Girl Glow, where STEM is an acronym for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's also governed by a tagline guided by light, glowing beyond the stereotypes. That light, it's not the artificial light that we see. That light, their mentors, their teachers, their parents, they're each one of us here. Those are the lights. Those people guiding girls to be a part of STEM, career-wise and academics, and most importantly, ensuring that they stay that path and discovering their own inner and God-given light that will allow them to glow beyond the stereotypes that girls are faced with in STEM. It's focused on girls in rural communities of Guyana, because I'm a girl from a rural community, and we are oftentimes robbed of those opportunities and exposure because of our geographical location. And so because I know what it felt like, and I know that these girls are smart, they're either smart by the books or they're smart by the skills. Either way, they're smart, and I believe that they deserve a shot to know that they can imagine, they can inspire, and that they can invent.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Guyana.
Okay, I think the most unbearable pain is the pain of severely ill child. I cooperate with the Charity Foundation, and I have managed to provide art masterclasses to children who suffer from serious diseases, serious immune diseases. tragically, they have to be burdened with the walls on the walls, and the disease doesn't allow to go out and to develop your abilities. And everybody knows that art has great healing power. It distracts from pain and anxiety, and it is an infinite energy source. And when magic creative process evokes sincere positive emotions, and it turns the white walls into a wonderful, colorful world. And while laughter and smiles are appearing, unbearable pain takes a backseat. And I want you to believe every child is talented and unique, and children is a new generation, is our future, and we should help people, we should help children, we should improve their lives. My Beauty with a Purpose project is the first step of the Mescal project that I want to come true. Thank you.
Well, I'm sure it will come true, Rasha. Thank you very much.
Ok, mi proyecto de Belleza con Propósito es un proyecto que yo vengo haciendo ya desde hace un buen tiempo junto a mi familia. Mis padres siempre han sido líderes en mi comunidad y yo creo que de ahí nace esa sensación, esas ganas de querer ayudar a las personas. El proyecto social nace, bueno, por lo que obviamente estamos viviendo, ver pobreza, ver analfabetismo. Me llevó a hacer este proyecto que quiero crear o creé la oportunidad de generar un plan de formación integral para niñas de 9 a 12 años donde ellas tuvieran herramientas, oportunidades, porque todos sabemos que a esta edad es importante las decisiones que ellas tomen porque pueden determinar todo en su futuro.
Exacto.
Entonces, más allá de darles estas herramientas, lo que yo quiero es que ellas definitivamente conozcan esa fuerza interior que muchas veces es mayor de lo que nosotros creemos, y aparte de eso, que ellas mismas reconozcan todo ese potencial que pueden brindarle a la sociedad, que reconozcan lo que valen dentro de la sociedad, que reconozcan sus derechos y por supuesto puedan impactar a muchas otras personas. Me parece importante este proyecto y por supuesto saber que nosotros podemos crear un cambio positivamente, así sea por pequeñas acciones.
Qué lindo, bueno, y qué bueno, si te tienen a ti como ejemplo, pues yo sé que van a
Así
poder
es,
saber
Así
todas
es.
esas cosas.
Así
Muchísimas
es.
gracias,
Gracias
Venezuela.
a ti.
So my Beauty with a Purpose project, it aims to liberate and celebrate women and men who have survived sexual assault. You know, I feel this is very important given the current crisis that we're in. Currently, every 26 seconds, this is a reality for some people. And as much as this is a reality in South Africa, I'm aware that this is an issue that transcends borders. You know, there are many initiatives that are aimed at the physical nature of what sexual assault is, and there just aren't many involved in the emotional support, and I think that that's so necessary right now. So what we have, our Rape Comfort Pack, aims to do two things. Firstly, it helps in making the jobs of these professionals much easier. So it's there to assist in the process of taking that statement. It's there to give comfort. And unfortunately, there are many kids who are affected in this. So it's something for them to hold on to, something to bring them comfort, you know. And the second thing, to restore the dignity of these individuals. That, I would say, trumps anything. I want them to understand that it's not their fault. It's something that I wish I knew a lot sooner, being a survivor of sexual assault myself. And I'm so grateful right now because there's so much hope in this, because we are now part of a platform that's so meaningful, with a legacy that's so far-reaching and meaningful, and we now have the opportunity to build on that. We now have the opportunity to work towards something that's a lot better.
Yeah, of course. I think it's such an important thing to think about the whole picture of sexual assault, because it affects during and many years after. I think it's amazing what you're doing.